Herkese merhaba arkadaşlar. Bugün HITMAN 3'ten devam ediyoruz. Evet, bakalım İngiltere'deyiz. Görevimizi öğrenelim. Ne yapacağız? Hemen fragmanı izliyoruz.
She came home.
Carlyle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant, information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Evet, görevi öğrendik. Ben anlatacağım size. Oyuna girelim, anlatacağım. Bu bayanın bir eşi bir akrabası ölmüş. Akrabası öldüğü için bizde bir dedektif çağrılıyor eve. Olayı çözmesi isteniyor. Biz de o dedektifin kılığına gireceğiz. Olayı çözeceğiz. Ondan sonra bayanı öldüreceğiz ve o dosyayı alacağız. Bu kadar.
Younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear.
Evet, dedektif bu.
Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Evet, biz de motorla geldik. Şimdi başlayalım. Evet. Şimdi dedektif şurada. Oraya hiç bulaşmayacağız. Hemen hızlıca şuradan geçiyoruz. Lan geçtik. Şöyle geçelim kimsenin gözükmeden. Bakalım adam geliyor mu? Adamı izleyerek gidelim. Ya adam şuradaydı. Geliyor. Evet, geliyor adam. Ben de şuradan geçeyim. Evet. Eşimizde hala. Adam var. Bizi görmesin buradakiler. Şöyle geçelim. Hemen şuraya varıyorum. Kimse görmedi bizi, evet. Evet, dedektif buraya gelecek. Bekleyelim dedektifi. Lan adam diyor. Değil adam diyor. Lan buraya gelmiyor. Hatta bir şurada duran. Gelmedim ya, hadi. Heh, geldim. Çok yakındayız ya. Çok görecek. Tamam.
Sir, I just need to check. That's a bit excessive, I think, considering the fact that I spotted no less than 2
Evet, atladım şuradan.
Don't worry about that.
Bizim elemanla görüşecek. Şimdi sohbet etsin, konuşsun.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting
Buraya
yourself,
geliyor.
47.
Görüyor beni, görüyor. Ondan buraya. Evet, aldım. Attım. Şimdi
Hello, sir.
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy
Evet,
has fallen
bayanla
upon us,
görüşeceğiz.
and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and
Olayı
discretion
dinliyorum şu an.
are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose
burayı da bir sev yapalım da.
you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madame Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've travelled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
Evet, şimdi doğaçlama izleyelim. Olay yerine götürecek bizi.
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation.
Yeah, hey bro.
I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room.
Evet, burada ölmüş. Burada öldürülmüş mü artık? Ölmüş mü? Ne yapmış? Bilmiyoruz. Şimdi şunun bir resmini çekelim.
The dead body of Zachary Carlyle, Alexa's little brother.
Throat Markings
A
indicate
locked
a
room
rare,
murder mystery,
short-lived
47.
plant poison
I trust
killed
you'll
him.
get to the bottom of this.
Spread shows
I
time
wonder
of
what
death
happened
at
to him.
around 10 o'clock
47.
last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
Şimdi ne yapmış bu adam ölmeden önce veya öldürülmüş mü artık ne yapmış? Bakalım.
Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
Ölmeden önceki akşam bir alışveriş yapmış. Ama şimdi ölmek isteyen birisi niye bot alsın?
A hidden door.
O da ayrı bir
It's a secret
bakış açısı.
passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside.
Evet. Burada bir tane şey var. Kapı var. Gizli bir kapı.
A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor.
Bir tane fotokopi bulduk. Başka bir şey var mı? Başka bir şey yok. Gözüküyor. Şöyle çıkalım. Bıçağı alalım. Bıçak işime yarayacak.
Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Bulduğumuz şeyler ölü var. Not bulduk ve alışveriş yapmış. Bir tane gizli şey bulduk. Bir tane de parçalan planı bulduk. Şimdi bunları söyleyelim o adama.
Yes, actually, could you speed up?
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here is the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
This is very useful information, 47.
Evet, şöyle adamlar var. Kaç tane? Bir, şu adam. Bunları şimdi sorgulamaya
So
başlayacağız.
how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive,
Evet,
means,
şu
and
adamdan
opportunity, I
başlayacağız.
believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Not my party. Now just go away, will you?
Of course, sir. I'll come back later.
How very kind of you, dear Mr. Fernsby. I hope to see you soon. Creepy old git.
Patrick Carlyle. Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out.
Evet, başka...
Lane, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Evet, şimdi ilk soruladığımız kişi bu. Petri'yi sorguladık. Şimdi diğerlerine baktık. Diğerlerine...
Hey!
Öbür taraflara bakacağız şimdi. Save yapalım. Güzel. Şimdi şu bayandan devam.
Emmer Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Evet, bu bayanı da sorguladık. Bu. Şu ikisi gitti, tamam. Şimdi şununla şu kaldı. Bir de şu adam var. Evet.
Gregory Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Evet, şimdi bunu yaptık. Bunu yap. Şimdi az önce yine evet, şimdi bu yaptık. Bunu değil de şu kadınla konuştuk. Kadınla konuştuk. Bu adamla konuştuk az önce. Şimdi şu iki bayağı şimdi bir bıyıklı herifle diğeri kaldı. Evet. Heh. Şimdi de
Rebecca Carlyle.
Rebecca
Can you
konuşacağız. Saniye. Rebecca konuştuk. Şimdi,
tell me
konuştuk.
about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Şimdi onunla konuştuk. Bununla yaptık. Bununla az önce yaptık. Bununla yaptık. Şimdi bir adam kaldı. Tamam. Başka bir şey diyor musun? Yok. Şimdi o bıyıklı herifle ne yapacağız? Konuşacağız. O da piyonla çıkıyor yukarıda bir yerde.
Greetings, sir.
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
Evet. Odaya da gireceğiz ama öncelikle o adamı bulmam lazım.
Check his travel documents. Everything's in order.
Buraya.
You don't have the right clearance, mister. Please, don't waste my time. Looking good, looking good.
Buraya bizim geldiğimiz yer. Buraya giremiyorum. Şimdi planlı çalan adamı bulacağım. Adam aşağıda bir yer. Bunlarla şey yaptım az önce. Konuştum. Piyano çalan adam şurada. Burada.
That's a little too close.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff are all the company he had. Anything else I can do to help?
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Evet, şimdi bununla konuştuk. Hepsiyle şey yaptık. Şimdi giremediğimiz odalara gireceğiz. Onun içinde şurada bir tane şey var. Maymuncuk var. Ha, şurayı sevdiyelim. Bunu da mı şey yapacağım? Evet, yaparız. Yapacaksak. Şimdi şuraya giremiyoruz. Anahtar lazım veya maymuncuk. Hemen anahtar. Maymuncuk daha doğrusu. Şurada. Evet, burada var.
But he was upset believing his sister was dead.
I'd say worried about how things would be handled with Gregory and Emma taking over. I said that
Tamam, hızlıca girelim.
Broken lab equipment.
Evet,
It looks like it
burada
was recently used though.
bakalım ne varmış. Evet, 2 tane şundan aldık. Başka bir şey. Şu var. Burada bir şey buldum. Şimdi olacak mı? Olmadı bütün. Ama burada gerek yok ya. Burada şey yapıyoruz. Bir üretiyoruz bir şey yapmıyoruz yani. İlaç, hani bayanın çiçeğine bir şey atmak için yapıyoruz. Ha, gerek yok. Şuradan girelim. Şimdi giremediğimiz odalar var. Oralara gireceğiz. Hemen.
Rebecca.
Sam, maybe we should get back to it.
Evet.
That door leads to Emma
Şuradan başlayalım.
and Gregory's room.
Ayvayı
There you are.
gördüler.
We've got trouble. Okay, I'm getting.
Gördüler abileri. Şuradan bir daha başlayalım.
Any extra fuses? Ethel looks everywhere.
Ama dur. Başladık da.
Any moment now.
I need this shoot to happen, okay? And I need it to be perfect.
Maymuncuğun. Keşke şeyde sevmeseydim. Neyse.
I don't believe for a second that Zachary committed suicide. We'd only just run through his plan for the spring seedlings yesterday.
Yes, sure. But he was upset believing his sister was dead.
I'd say worried about how things were handled with Gregory and everything. I said that it was like-
Şuradan bir girelim. Tekrar burada bir şey var abi. Lan. Abi batırdık ya. Neyse ben oraya girmeyeceğim ya. Alıp çıkacağım.
Any extra fuses? Ethel looks everywhere.
Got
So many of us here. We'll get
no power.
Çok mühim bir şey değil biraz.
So, Madam Car...
Nedim Plan'ın resmicisi. Fotoğrafçısı yani.
For a second that Zachary committed suicide. We'd only just run through his plan for the spring seedlings yesterday.
Yes, sure. But he was upset believing his sister was dead.
I'd say worried about how things would be handled with Gregory and Emma taking over. I said to let him stay here, but Ethel was sure.
Bir dakika. Unuttuğumuz bir şey var. Şurada bir yerde İngiliz anahtarı olacak. Evet şurada. Bunu alalım. Onu ancak öyle yapıyorduk. Evet şimdi hatırladım. Tamam girdim.
Broken lab
Evet.
equipment.
Evet
It
şimdi
looks like it was
yapacağız.
recently used, though.
Bunları alalım. Şunu. Hemen şey yapalım. Evet ilaç yaptık. Kadını bayıltmak için herhalde yaptım. Tamam. Şimdi çıktım buradan. Adamı bayıltıp kılığına girebiliyoruz ama gerek yok. Şimdi giremediğimiz odalar var. Bir dakika fotoğrafçı mı acaba? Sorgulu gel bir dakika. Dur abi. Neyse ya. Kaçtı fotoğrafçı. Gerek yok. Var mı? Biraz bekleyelim. Ya da beklemeyelim. Giremedim odalara girelim. Fotoğrafçıya da tamam olursa fotoğrafçıyla da şimdi de hallederiz.
How are you?
Ya burası değil, yukarı çıkacağım.
Yeah, hey, bro.
Burada bir şey yapalım.
Interesting stories.
Evet, burada adamlar var. Beni görüyorlar. Tamam. Burada almamız gereken bir şeyler var mı?
A keychain pendant for the greenhouse.
Bakalım, şunu aldık.
What's that doing in Emma and Gregory's room, I wonder? And why is the key missing?
Şu kadını dolaba kilitleyelim. Ya öldürmeyeceğim. Öldürmeyeceğim. Dolaba kilitliyorum. Bakalım başka bir şey var mı? Yüzlere girelim ben.
I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
Tamam, bilgisayarda tamam. Başka bir şey yok galiba. Adamı bayıldı.
Come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated
Burayı da bir sevleyelim.
me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
Evet, buradaki konuşma bitti.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's
Şu odaya gireceğiz.
office.
Burada da almamız gereken bir tane bir şey aldım. Şunu aldım. Resimci dur orada. Evet. Bu zehri adamın içkisine atacağız. Evet. Sevdiğim. Evet. Şimdi attım bunu. Adam içecek, bayılıp gidecek. Şimdi elektriği iş yapmamız lazım oradan. Kesmemiz lazım. Evet. Aldık bunu. Güç enerjisiymiş. Tamam. Seviyor. Tamam buraya geliyor. Buraya gelmiyor tamam. Lan. Şimdi oradaki şey içerse. Burada içecek var mı burada? İçecek yok. Güzel. Bekleyelim bakalım. Evet elektrik yok diye bağırıyor adam burada. Elektrik. İç. Onun abi. İç onu. Güzel. Güzel afiyet olsun. Evet. Öldü. Kulağına mı gireceğim ben bunu? Ya.
Oh, sounds like the power's back up. Why don't you take a picture to test it?
Otur resmini çekeceğim.
It works. I'm ready for the shoot.
Perfect. I'll call the family down now then.
Excellent, 47.
Tamam.
Madam Carlyle is on her way down for the family photo shoot. Let's see if any memorable moments will play out in front of the camera.
İşlem tamamdır. Tamam abi, bize gözükmüyor şimdi. Şurayı da sevle. Şimdi arkadaşlar şöyle yapacağız. Bu adamın elinde dosya var. O dosyayı alacağım. Adamı gizli bir yerde öldürmem lazım. Bekleyelim birazcık.
If he'd just grow up here.
I believe he is calling his ex-wife again. It could end with legal consequences. The harassment charges from last time led to that restraining order.
Should I talk to him?
Maybe it's better if I have a word with him. If I may, madam.
Yes, you might be right. Thank you, Fernsby.
Evet, sen git oraya, sen oraya git. Şimdi ben senin peşindeyim.
If you only knew what we face. I wonder what you attack, regroup,
Sen de öleceksin çünkü onunla işbirliğiniz. Şimdi merdivenlerde o değil. Evet. Evet. Aldık.
Good job, 47.
İşlem
You now
tamam.
have both tokens needed for us to get the file on Arthur Edwards from the London vault. Time to take...
Şimdi burayı sev yapalım.
care of Alexa
Evet.
Carlyle.
Şimdi çek abi çek. Evet, adamın burayı fakirlik adamı. Şimdi
Where did he go? Reading you 5x5, JHQ. Come in. There's a man dragging what looked like a
tamam,
body around.
şimdi bayan tamam,
He was wearing jeans and a dark blue blazer jacket.
öldürüldüm diyor. Evet, benden şüphe edenler var. Evet.
lying over there.
Don't worry, special forces are here.
Right. God, no!
Stay low and follow me and I'll... Oh, shoot! The VIP is
Evet, bu kadar
Mission
basit.
complete. Well done, 47.
Ne oldu lan sesine?
Got line of sight to target. Fan out.
Sesi gitti kadın. Evet arkadaşlar, bizim adamlar çatışmaya girmiş. İkinci bölümün sonuna geldik. Umarım video hoşuna gitmiştir arkadaşlar. Videoyu beğendiyseniz beğenmeyi, yorum yapmayı, kanala hala abone değilseniz abone olmayı unutmayın. Bir sonraki Hitman bölümünde görüşürüz. Kendinize çok iyi bakın. Görüşürüz. Bay bay.